speed, but where they lacked was live sparring. They didn't have that contact, so when they came in with people who were not as skilled, who were more, say, tougher, who had sparring training, they were overwhelmed by it. But now when you add in the fact that the more traditional people are now sparring full and sparring correct, now the game is shifting, now stances are shifting, now shots are shifting, now approaches are shifting. So it's an interesting time, and I'm happy to be leading the way on that. Thanks very much.
James and Kobe, Zoo Magazine. Just got a couple questions for Connor and one for Jose. Connor, Jose's recently had the captain of the Brazil national side backing him. Thiago Silva recently called you a douchebag and a mother expletive. Just wondering, has John O'Shea been in touch, and can you count on the support of the Irish team?
I don't know, we were supposed to go to the Ireland game the other day, but the flights got cancelled and there was a bit of a delay in it, so well, it amuses me. I'll whoop the whole Brazilian team too as well. I mean, it is what it is. If he thought, I bet you he won't say it to my face, I tell you that much. So it's all fun and games.
Okay. And we know you think you can beat Jose in Octagon, but is he one of the few that can live with you in terms of the sharp suits outside of it?
Nobody can touch me with the suit game, yeah? Nobody even ever wore suits before I came on the scene. I don't understand why, because honestly, I never wore suits before I came onto the scene because I didn't have a reason to wear suits. I could hardly wear a suit going to the gym, but we're having these are great reasons to wear a suit, so I knew as soon as they gave me half an opportunity, I'm going to rock a nice, good suit. And I've just rolled with it. And now the whole game is rocking suits, so.
Awesome, thank you. Jose, just one question for you. How long would Connor survive in the favela which you grew up in?
Acho que depende. Se entrasse com alguém morador, tranquilo, mas se não...
It depends. If he walked in with someone that lives there, it's fine, but if not, I don't think so.
Só porque eu acho que bem coisa ruim de favela, não é questão que todo mundo que mora lá tem algum problema ou faz alguma coisa de mal, não. Tem pessoas boas, assim como eu, tem milhões de pessoas que moram na comunidade, querem vencer na vida, com muito respeito e com muito trabalho.
There's a lot of press that comes from a favela, but there's a lot of hard-working people there. There's a lot of people that struggle, but everyone tries to work hard, like me.
Não só no Brasil, acho que no mundo todo é isso. Acho que quem trabalha sempre alcança. Então, muitos trabalhadores estão na favela porque não... Muitos moradores estão na favela não é porque querem morar lá. É necessidade, mas, lógico, tem coisa ruim, tem. Como qualquer lugar do mundo tem.
Yeah, of course there's a lot of struggle. A lot of people try to get out of the favelas, but there's a good side and a bad side, like anywhere else.
Mas se você conhece as pessoas do lado ruim, qualquer uma pessoa que entrar e você falar, com certeza não dura nada, nem sobe na verdade, porque não chega nem até lá em cima.
But if you talk too much and you know the bad people there, you wouldn't even survive climbing all the way up.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I actually rolled through the favela one of the days, and I have a 6-part series which I was the executive producer on. And we're in talks with all the major networks across the globe. We have it on airing on Fox Sports 1 in April. We are in talks with major networks here in the UK. Brazil also will be aired. But I rolled through the favela in one of the episodes. I believe it was episode 4. But they are good people, you know, make no mistake, they are good people. I have nothing against the people of Brazil or people anywhere. This is business, and my opponent is simply Brazilian, and I must take him out with no remorse. But I had fun in the favelas. They are good people for the most part. So keep an eye out on the 6-part series, which will be airing soon worldwide.
Gareth Davis, Telegraph. On the theme of favelas, what is Jose expected to experience in the Irish favela tomorrow? Connor. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even know what to expect in the Irish favela tomorrow. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be intense, and it's gonna be passionate. I believe it was supposed to be 3,000 tickets. Now I think we have 4,000 gone, and obviously we could have quadrupled that just for this conference alone. So they will come out in force, and they will let their voices be heard as we do. We are here to fight. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be intense, and I am looking forward to it. I think it's a great place to wrap it up. You know what I mean? It's a great energy for me to wrap it up in front of my hometown, to see that passion. That will drive me into this camp. And I will show up July 11 prepared to kill.
One suspects that today is the calm before the storm tomorrow. Finally, Dana, could you just... You've probably been a buffer zone between these two guys for the last 2 weeks, if you like. You know, the private jet flights, the same hotels, all those kind of things. Can you give us a little bit about the mechanics in the background of keeping these two apart outside the press conference, and any other little details, you know, around that?
You know, I think that, you know, today is like the most civilized day we've had. This is actually a nice break. I think that when we get in front of the crowds, you know, the fan, New York was insane. New York was crazy. Toronto, as far as the amount of people that showed up, we were in a mall, and as far back as you could see, there were people. There were people wrapped all the way around up to the top. I mean, it was crazy. They were like dropping Irish flags on his head, and it was nuts. So everywhere has been great, and every day, like he was saying, there was a different intensity with a different group of people, and you know, it's been a really unique, cool experience. We had some good days, we had some bad days, you know. We had days where he was not too happy with things and didn't want, you know, him near him or touching him, and you know, it was fun though. And all my time that I've been here, I've never been a part of something like this tour, and it was the right thing to do. It was well worth it, and it was a unique, amazing experience. I'm glad I came for many reasons.
Simon Head from The Sun. Question for Dana. There's a lot of media here who've been covering mixed martial arts for a long time. I dare say there's a fair few media outlets here who are relatively new to the sport. Particularly for those people who are relatively new, give us an idea of the scale of this event compared to past big world championship events, and what can people expect to see when these two eventually step in the octagon together?
Well, anytime you have two of the best in the world who are fighting in their prime and fighting for the title, and they both want it so bad, he wants to keep it and he wants to take it. I mean, if you're a fan of combat sports, there's nothing better. It's the greatest thing you can find in combat sports. But you know, this is one of the big ones. Every year, you know, different than, I'll give, for the people who don't really cover the sport, I mean, if you look at Mayweather-Pacquiao. Mayweather-Pacquiao is a fight that should have happened 5 or 6 years ago, but it's a fight that's so big, everybody's gonna watch it. I mean, I'm going to that fight, you know? And we do it every weekend. These guys will have a big fight every 4 years, every 5 years. But this is what we do every weekend. We just came off the best first quarter we've ever had in the company's history, which is saying a lot because we've had a lot of really good years. And we're going into the second quarter looking damn good too. I mean, this gate here is going to be, you know, 7 million, in that ballpark of 7 million. And the John Jones, Anthony Johnson fight, that gate's 6.2 million. And that's going to be a big fight. And the list goes on and on. You know, as long as everybody stays healthy, we're on track to have a really big year, which is great because last year sucked, okay? There were so many injuries last year, it was insane. But this is what we do. We try to put on the biggest fights every year with the biggest stars, and new people will pop up, and you know, what we do is a lot different than what they do in boxing.
UFC clearly has an international fan base. So on that note, talk to us about your expansion plans. You're here in London. What does UFC look like 5 years from now here in Europe?
Well, we're going to continue to, you know, we're going to continue to grow and continue to cultivate talent from the UK, from Europe, and other parts of the world. This year, the next couple of weeks, we're going into Poland for the first time, which, by the way, the Krakow fight will actually air on PIC TV here for the first time, which it'll be on Open TV here in the UK. Crow Cop versus Gonzaga. We're also going to go into South Korea, and we're going to the Philippines for the first time. It's just, you know, every year we're gonna pick off some new countries and territories that we haven't been to yet, and continue to grow the sport and continue to grow the talent.
This is Ray Thompson from MMA Mental. Question for Conor. Obviously, you're known for your predictions. What's your prediction for this fight? How many rounds is Jose Aldo going to last?
Yeah, I've said it before. It will be decided within the first 4 minutes. He will be out on his feet within the first 4 minutes. The shots I will need to land will land within that 4-minute frame. It will be a formality after that. How long he can take that is up to his chin. He has been through war after war after war. Long 25 minutes of getting constant head trauma. The brain does not recover. It doesn't get younger. So I will hit him, and I will hit him very hard within that first 4-minute frame. How long his chin can hold up, we will find out, but it will be wrapped up within 4 minutes.
Also for Jose Aldo, just wonder what his thoughts are on that prediction.
Acho que isso, tá falando sempre 4 minutos, eu acho que pra mim não chega nem a isso.
He's talking about the first 4 minutes. To me, it doesn't even have any meaning.
Com certeza, vou estar muito treinado, preparado para tudo, mas pra mim, na minha cabeça, eu não vejo chegar a isso.
Of course, I'm going to be training very hard, and in my head, I don't even think about this.
Porque eu vou estar preparado para chegar e finalizar o quanto antes essa luta.
I'm going to be well prepared and ready to end the fight as soon as possible.
UFC pay-per-views, typically you've got world championship fights, 1, sometimes 2 on the bill. With the growth of the sport over here in Europe, do you think we're going to see a pay-per-view event over here in Europe? Or sort of side question to that, will we ever see a European fighter defending or fighting for a world championship on European soil in the near future?
Yeah, we'll see how things play out over the next year or so, and I would say yes.